Mm-hmm.
We
Come on.
back. We back.
That's
We
good.
back.
Come on.
Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo.
Hmm.
Come on in. Come on in. The water is warm. Hey, we back, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo, where we champion everything, and I mean everything that's R&B. We're your illustrious host. It's the on key, always on key, never off.
Me?
And my player partner right below me, Mr. Kirk Quinn, Mr. Get It In times 10. If you want to win, anything less is a sin.
That's right.
And I'm your friendly neighborhood sequel 2297. And this week, yeah, we got to give out some flowers, man.
Hmm.
We
What we
really
got?
do.
What
We
we got?
really do. You know, you talking about the ultimate talent. That just does too many things, man. Like
Yeah.
some goes noticed, some of the things go unnoticed.
Mhm.
But this individual that we are giving our flowers and appreciation for today is gonna be quite amazing, y'all.
Yeah.
He has quite an amazing career journey, you know. And we gonna talk our R&B nerd talk because we're gonna get all the way into it.
Hell yeah.
But
Yep.
before we do that,
What we about to do? One time for the big boys, by the way.
you know, for those that's been here, you guys already know the deal.
Yes, sir.
For those that are just now tuning in, you about to learn what the deal is. But we got to take you on this 3-step run that we like to do here at Vibes and Convo. Right? I call it setting the mood.
Set the mood.
Bow.
Set the mood for ya.
You know what I mean? Right
Good song.
here.
Right here.
Right here. So, step number 1 is find your place of comfort. That could be at home. That could be in your bed. That could be on your couch. That could be on your patio.
Oh,
Could be on your porch.
do tell.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
could be in your favorite rocking chair.
Oh,
Wherever you
Throwback
feel.
on them. You know what I'm saying? Favorite
rocking.
game chair for the gamers. You know,
Yes.
I ain't rocked in a rocking
know.
chair since.
these things,
Yeah.
and then for those that's living a luxury life on the rooftop,
Up on the roof.
chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
Kirk Quinn is no longer on the
Yeah.
clock. We have to make that announcement.
Yeah, I had to get up off that
Kirk
one,
Quinn
baby.
is no longer on the clock.
Y'all see it.
As you can see, the bean bag is sitting right behind him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Right along with step number 2.
you know, come on. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, because step number 2 is find you a good set of headphones.
That's right.
Because we want you to follow everything we talking about.
Yeah.
The
beanbag
whole
did.
dialogue. Everything. We want you to follow it. So the way that you're going to follow it is by getting you a set of headphones. So you're getting all the detail. You know, like I said, the mobile phone is cool. Mobile phone is
But-
cool. Can you hear us? Yeah, you can hear us in the mobile phone. Yeah. They build them pretty good these days. But that stereo sound and the headset and things like that, it's different.
Hmm.
It's different.
Yeah. Or for the old school, the hi-fi.
Come on.
The
Come
high
on.
fidelity.
So you get them headphones, man. You're gonna be right in there with us. Step number 3. Don't need to cover the label no more. Don't need to cover the label no more. I'm waiting for somebody to ask me, why is his seal always uncracked though? Because I'm already drinking that water.
H2O gang.
Come on.
Water
Step
gang.
number 3 is finding your favorite beverage.
Yes.
And we want you to set it right next to you because we don't want you to have to move around
Yeah.
when you're watching an episode of Vibes and Convo or listening to an episode of Vibes and Convo, right?
That
Right.
part.
So those are the 3 steps we need you to follow
Yes.
so we can
Yep.
get all the way into the journey the right way.
Yes, sir.
To
We promote staying
maximize.
hydrated over
Whew.
here. We promote staying hydrated, y'all.
Come on. Come on. Yeah. So that good old talk today. That good
Oh,
old R&B nerd talk today. You know, this special artist slash producer slash songwriter slash musician slash MC slash
Yeah. Everything.
activist.
Slash
He's
judge
definitely
on.
he's
yeah.
definitely
Yeah, all that.
sets trendsetter, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um, he's a lot of things, and I don't know if everyone knows that he's a lot of things, right? Which is good for this episode because we get all the way into it. So if you are watching, and that's on the live and that's on the playback, if you are watching, we want you to participate in the chat. The chat is going to be wide open.
Yes, sir.
YouTube,
Mm.
Twitch,
Come on.
it's wide open.
Come
What we
on.
want you to do is fully participate with us if you are a fan of this individual.
Come on.
Right?
Come on,
I
we
need
need
to
y'all
say
in
that
here.
now. I need to say that now, right?
Right.
Because now what we're gonna do is tell y'all what journey we about to go on with this
Mm.
special person. So some of y'all know him from the hip hop group, Goody Mob,
The
Who's
good
that
right?
in
always
the
die young,
window?
mostly over bullshit.
Most of
Man,
y'all know him from Goody Mob, right?
come and get your
He's from that
soul
luxurious
food.
dungeon family
Yes, sir.
crew, right? All Atlanta, the ATL, right? Some of you guys know him from Gnarls Barkley. Hmm.
Yeah.
Which we need to get into,
Mm-hmm.
right? In this journey.
Mm-hmm.
And some of y'all know him by himself. You know what I mean? You know him by himself for his solo works, right?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the journey we're going on today is from no other than Mr. Cee-Lo Green.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Formerly
Finally.
CeeLo Gooding.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
already.
Come on.
AKA Super Chicken.
Come on.
Hey.
So we gonna get into that today, man. We're gonna get
Let's
into
go.
that. You
Let's
know.
go.
Um we're gonna start from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna get to 2024
Oh my God.
collectively. You know what I'm saying?
Let's start
We
this
just need to
journey.
pass it all the way around. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
start this journey.
I'm gonna let my man sequel start this off. Cause I know this is his man, 100 grand.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Without further ado, let's get it started, man. Cee-Lo Green. Where did we
Mm-hmm.
begin?
Ooh.
With his solo career. We all know the Goody Mob. We all know the accolades in which he's spawned from, the pedigree
Mm-hmm.
he's cut from, and the foundation that that crew and that whole label laid for all the ATL and the whole South movement. For real, for real. This is the school he comes from. His first drop
Mm-hmm.
album called His Perfect Imperfections. Oh my
Right.
God.
Mm,
What a way to come out as a solo
mm,
artist, man. Not only setting the trend and being ahead so far ahead of the curve, but doing a lot of stuff early before it was even cool to do it. CeeLo was putting his neck out there early, not just for R&B, but for hip hop also. One of
Right.
the few artists during his era that was full on doing everything that we champion now. He was already doing it for people who were even really on that for real.
Mm.
He really was, and he showed it throughout his whole first album. He had, with hits like "Getting Grown" and "Closet Freak." Not only was his album critically
Ah.
acclaimed, but it was extremely electric, eclectic, sonic work of art. My personal favorites were "Big Old Words," "El Dorado Sunrise," aka "Super Chicken." Yeah, "One for the Road," "Spend the Night in Your Mind," "Sugar Baby," "Basshead Jazz," and "Under the Influence." Not to mention so many others on this album. Like
Mm.
it really stood alone during that time. It really did stand alone. Hey, CeeLo's probably he been a problem ever since. He
Yeah,
really been a problem ever since. Out the gate. Hey, y'all
Mm.
remember that album, that first album, man?
Oh yeah.
I do.
Super
Especially in the club.
freaky, super freaky,
Yeah,
freak,
that closet
super
freak. Freak.
freaky.
Dun, dun,
That
dun,
was
dun,
that was
dun,
that
dun,
was
dun,
that was
dun,
fire.
dun, dun. Yeah, it sure was. And all the clubs was blazing too. Especially in
Right.
Florida where I was stationed at the time.
Freak, freak, freaky. Yeah, that was.
Getting grown. La da
Yep.
da la da. Getting grown. That's a testimony song for real. I
Yeah.
consider that like early CeeLo gospel. Like when you see the message behind getting grown, like what he's talking on, like it's a real coming of age song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is, and it still apply today.
Come on.
CeeLo, man. He definitely. I think. I think people don't give CeeLo enough credit on the R&B side,
Mm.
and
Oh my god.
depending on how long you knew about him.
Mhm.
Uh, I could talk about the albums, but I'm gonna talk about like when I first got wind of him. Um, in the '90s, I heard the "Who's that peeping through my window?" Blah how nobody now. I was like, yo, what is this? Got on Goody Mob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in that time, that era, he was a unicorn on the low. Like you have to listen to him to know he was different. Because in the era of super hip hop, the only singer that was a real singer that was a rapper was Lauryn Hill.
Mm.
But CeeLo was always that too. Like CeeLo
Mm.
Green is a mixture of like Al Green and you know and the Goody Mob, I guess. But from that to They Don't Dance No More, you know what I mean? When I heard him really do the church, well, my name is Sugar Low, and this is I said,
Hey.
I said, okay. You know what I mean? I'm starting to really understand that he's a singer. So, I know you covered the first album. The second album, he had a song that I remember. Let me see, bro. What was the name of that? I'll Be Around. Remember that?
Mhm.
Call me if you want me to come. Holla if you want me to come.
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and
Call
Timberland.
me. I'll be around. So yeah, see, I mean, I think that was like his first hit to me. That really like
Mm.
took the
That
roof
put
off.
you on them.
Yeah, he kind of been living without limits though his whole career. This dude to dress up in a church choir robe outfit,
Right.
bald head with his nails painted. You feel me? He can't. People don't realize he first had the full grill in his mouth.
Now see now you yeah, see?
Yeah,
Now you
this is
touching on detail.
yeah. CeeLo was you know one of them. So, but definitely one of the most talented underappreciated artists. Like he's a full artist, kind of do a bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, CeeLo, man. Let me see. Um Gnarls Barkley,
Oh,
right?
right. Okay.
Um some people like, you know, we're attaching that to his second album, right? Because it's saying it's a formation of Gnarls Barkley,
Mhm.
but like according to Wikipedia, it's saying like
Okay.
2004 to 2008, the second solo album and formation of Gnarls Barkley.
Mm.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that means during that period of time, the formation of Gnarls Barkley happened.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
let me see. Let me touch on that. Gnarls Barkley.
Yep. But it was a solid 2 years before they dropped anything
Yeah, him and
from his
Danger
second
Mouse.
Yeah.
solo album.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. So let me see if I can pull this up too so
Yep.
y'all
Yeah.
can see what's going on. Because yeah, it's interesting. The reason why I think it's key to talk about Gnarls Barkley is because I feel like the world kind of got onto him or
Right.
got onto Gnarls Barkley. So they don't know him as CeeLo Green.
That's a lot of people's introduction
You know
to
what I mean?
CeeLo.
Like people I run
Mm-hmm.
into be like, "Oh, you talking about Gnarls Barkley?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They know that they know the group, the duo,
Yep.
Yeah,
right? Because Gnarls Barkley is a duo.
it is.
Definitely.
Danger Mouse and the producer and the artist.
But
Yeah. So it says right here,
mm-hmm.
Gnarls Barkley is an American soul duo composed of singer-songwriter CeeLo Green and producer Danger Mouse.
And that's crazy how they take the rapper off of him.
You see what I'm saying?
Like
Yeah,
real
like
slick.
because real slick. There's no mention of like Dungeon Family, right? Like now in his Wikipedia there is, but when you start talking about Gnarls Barkley and the history of the two, the producer and the artist, there's no mention of. Goody Mob
Yeah.
says they released their debut studio album Saint Elsewhere in 2006. There you go. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about, Timbo. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. But to really understand the dynamic that is Gnarls Barkley,
Uh-huh.
you got to go back and listen to the first couple albums, the first
Mm,
couple solo albums.
mm.
Because he's
Okay.
showing you throughout both those projects, he was already headed in that trajectory anyway. Everybody else was really just catching up. By the
Mm.
time Gnarls Barkley came along, people were ready for that. They were
Mm.
really ready for that. And not just that, but he really pushed the envelope sonically with the sounds they were using. A lot of vintage strings, like stuff that's reminiscent of stuff from like the 60s, the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not just American style music, but also stuff from the UK also. Shout out to
Yeah.
Danger Mouse.
Very experimental soul funk. Like,
Very,
because I
very.
remember getting that album, man. And that first
Mhm.
song, Saint Elsewhere, messed me up because it had the
Yeah.
jazz boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
And then he come in kind of sing rapping.
Yeah.
I pack a few of my belongings, left the life that I was living. It me, never knew
Mm.
the ones I can't forget.
Yep.
Whenever you need me. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So it was definitely that was the biggest. I think that was the biggest CeeLo was. All right, that started
It
the
definitely
trend
did.
of his hits
It
because
definitely did.
after that,
You
after the
couldn't go.
song "Crazy,"
Yeah, you
which
couldn't
was
go nowhere.
yeah, you still hear that in karaoke. People want to sing that song all the time.
Not even
Not
now.
an easy song to sing.
At
No,
I
all.
know it's catchy, but
At
yeah,
all. Take get certain pipes to ever pull that off.
yeah. It's all
okay. So
sustained notes and range. It's-
Mhm. And
right.
power. Power.
yeah,
So
Yeah, man. See, CeeLo been that. He been that dude. He been that guy. And I always say he's definitely like a definitely big up for the big boys
yeah,
because he's been able to do all this impactful work, not in shape, like not with. So just to go to show, like you don't have to be a big time dancer. You don't have to get up there and like
you
do
ain't got to
backflips.
be an underwear model
You ain't got to
to
do all that. You can get
right.
up there just straight you and that mic, solid band if you want
yeah.
to, and give people the business.
I mean,
Right.
he is immensely talented though. G.
Yeah.
We don't we there's a with CeeLo there, he is a one of one. He
Yeah.
is a one of one.
Really, really.
You know, as much as you want to make a comparison to people who sing and rap at the no,
You really can't. Not
even
with
if they
him.
can sing, they're not doing what he do. He's a soul, like a straight up straight up bona fide, not even R&B. He's a soul singer.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
He,
At his
yeah, man.
core. At
Yeah.
his core.
And you know, if you talk about soul singers, we now getting October Londons and people that are considered like soul singers.
Mhm.
You know
Right.
what I mean? So you gotta with vocally, you gotta put Cee-Lo in that space.
You do. You do, man. And like I said, just saying his name, Cee-Lo, like when you say Cee-Lo, the hip hop community is supposed to go, Cuddy
Right,
Mob. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Dungeon Family. Like, yeah, that's what's
right,
up. Cee-Lo.
Mhm.
They supposed to claim him.
right.
Yep. Regardless of what he doing.
You know what I mean? But the other community of the Gnarls Barkley, that took a whole
Yeah.
nother thing. Cause
Yep.
like if I remember the video of Crazy
Yep.
from what I remember, did they even show CeeLo? I don't even think they showed CeeLo in the video.
Originally in the first video, no, it's like they had on masks, but it was all
Mm,
insinuated who they were. They didn't even reveal who they were at first when they first debuted
yeah.
themselves to the public. They wore
See,
masks.
and that's interesting.
They
You know what
wore
I mean?
masks.
They were mysterious.
I wonder
Yeah.
why. I wonder
But
why.
everybody, like you could tell the way he's shaped and the way he sound like, come on. Nobody
Yeah,
sound
we
like
knew.
so
We
we
knew.
knew.
I knew for
Yeah,
sure. I
but
was like, oh,
but uh,
CeeLo.
but originally
He
that's how they marketed themselves. As like the no
he
face new thing.
but
Hmm.
as impactful as that is, right? That was his
Hmm.
crossover out. That he crossed over when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's when he CeeLo he went from an underground rap group from Atlanta from the 90s when Tupac was around.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
evolved.
True.
To being a pop
Yep.
sensation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Almost overnight too.
And people don't even he did such a great job that people don't connect, like people
Yeah.
that
They
know
don't.
him for popularity
Yeah.
don't really know his music.
No.
Especially that in depth, solo
Right.
wise. It's before Gnarls Barkley. I can't say
Yeah.
that now with his later stuff, but before Gnarls, like, yeah, them first two albums really go under the radar nowadays. Like they're like, huh?
Right.
He
Hmm.
had two albums? What? I'm like, yeah.
And then he was
And
playing with
hits off of
us
both of them.
because he got a hit
He
with the
definitely
Gnarls
had two
Barkley
albums before.
stuff.
Yeah.
And he also got his own hits without Gnarls Barkley. Pop,
Yeah.
F you to forget you.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
these are
That's
voice.
outside of Gnarls Barkley.
That's all. Yeah.
Oh
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
him.
That was later on.
See,
That's
Yep.
him by himself.
Yeah.
I
So
love it. I
you
love it.
know,
Yeah. But it was brilliant for him to market Gnarls Barkley that way in the beginning, like
yeah,
not letting his name he had already built for himself hinder from the success that nobody was going to be. So that was brilliant in the beginning.
yeah. He
Yeah,
low key didn't had three different careers.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
correct, and that's crazy
Yeah.
because most people will say that. You'll go when you say, "Oh, you had like two or three different careers." It's like in another field.
Yeah.
Oh, you were
Mhm.
acting. Oh,
Yeah.
Now you do
you
real
know, you
estate.
came
Yeah.
in kind of
Now you
modeling,
Yeah.
and then you had the singing thing. Like, so we
Yeah.
would
now you,
say,
Yeah.
like, you had three different
then you
careers, but
started
it was
acting. Yeah.
literally like,
Yeah.
yeah. But him, it's like,
Yeah. In the
nah, it's
same
all
field.
music.
All music.
It's crazy.
He turned into three different artists. He was
Yeah.
And it
gangster
was,
with
yeah,
Goody Mob.
and I was gonna say that because it wasn't even just like, okay, well, you were known for producing more so, then you turned into an artist, and then you was known just for songwriting for other people. Like, no, it was like him as an artist,
He
Mhm.
was like three
all of
different
it,
artists.
all of it. Yeah.
Wait, I got to dial that back. Technically, four different artists, and I'll explain why later. Keep
Oh,
going.
Ooh, okay.
okay.
Come on.
Message. Okay. Nah, man. It's just impressive. It's impressive. And his creatively, I would put him in a space with like a Missy Elliott
Yeah.
because of, and I say
Yeah.
that because of the visuals, like
Yeah.
the same energy I give
Yeah.
Andre 3000 for being
Yes.
visually authentically different.
Yeah. Mhm.
CeeLo is in that same space.
Yep. Yep. He was doing that too. He was
I
definitely doing
mean,
all that.
he
That's
was
dead on, Kurt.
a rock star in
Yeah.
his, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and push that line like that too. First dude I seen even attempt to wear like the Patti LaBelle gown with the
yeah,
Patti LaBelle wig that looked like a mohawk almost, but with hair.
right,
Like, man, he was daring to do stuff like that during that time.
very much so.
That's nothing nowadays, but that's the type of stuff he was on like early, bro. Like
The
really keeping that essence of like R&B, soul, and funk, like
he
really in the
might
forefront.
he might be the first super tattooed bald head tattoo in the head dude I ever seen too, from a visual standpoint.
I feel
Cause
you.
you, cause you know I'm from New Orleans, so the first person I thought of was Baby. I was like, oh, bald
Mhm.
head people with tattoos. I said, nah, Cee-Lo might have did that first.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you didn't see too many black dudes bald head tattooing their head like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
You
on
ain't see
some
not on the
biker
mainstream level anyway.
rebel stuff.
Yeah, yep. Early on,
Yeah, man.
early on. Hell yeah, yeah. But Nas Barkley, that Saint Elsewhere album, bro. Like,
Yeah,
still, like with the mega. And to be honest with you, Crazy was really the only single they really released off that album.
right.
But it was such a huge, had such a huge impact. Like they didn't really need to.
Yeah, cause
that that's a good problem to have right there.
right.
But some notable songs. I'm glad you brought up Saint Elsewhere.
That
But
just crazy.
Smiley Faces was another one on that album.
Ah,
Funk
yeah.
Sway was my joint. Funk
Function
Sway
was
and
your
Who
joint.
Cares? That was my joint.
Transformer was my joint.
Yeah, Transformer went in too.
I, I,
Yep,
I, I,
yep,
I.
yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's my joint.
It had some joints on that bad boy, man.
It was a class. I think so. I think it was a classic album
Yeah, I
because of
would agree.
how different it was. Experimental
Yeah,
in all the right ways.
yeah, it was. I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
For
All the
sure.
way soulful, no matter what you want to call it. It was still soulful through and through.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely.
All right. Then they followed up with another album after that with The Odd Couple.
Okay.
Now that follow up, be honest with you, it might not been as well received or didn't fanfare as well as the first one. That's only because it got leaked.
Oh.
It got leaked. Like and they ended up pushing the album up like 2 weeks before they were originally going to release it to try to combat that or whatever. So fanfare wise didn't really hold too
Well,
much. But it still had but it still has some. They still had some joints on that album. In my opinion, it was more of a continuation of the first one, pushing the
okay.
line even further sonically or
Okay.
whatever. But still soulful nonetheless.
I'm about to double back
Yeah,
and listen to that one because it it, it came across my attention and went
yeah, and it did
like
that with a lot of people, mine included. To be honest with you, it's one of those I
right.
had to go back and research again,
I think what
make sure I
happened
didn't
was
miss nothing.
maybe the marketing, maybe they didn't push it as much, which is crazy coming off of that first album.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, almost
yeah,
like we didn't get enough information about it when it was
yeah.
moving around.
No, they didn't. I take that back. Let me correct myself. Hold on. They did drop like 3 singles off that album.
Okay,
They
come
did
on.
drop 3 singles. One single was "Run." I do remember "Run."
Okay.
Uh, going on. And "Who's Gonna Save My Soul."
Hmm.
Those were three notable singles they did drop off that album. But for the most part, like I said, due to the leak, which was damaging back during that time. Like
This
if
is
your
before
album got leaked, like it really affected your album sale.
the Napster days.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So they got caught up in that. But nonetheless, man, like they're still considered like icons. Like together, like what they did was unprecedented. It's never been done again.
Yes, sir.
Like you've had people try, but not really, know what I'm saying, connect the dots where it needed to. So definitely a group, a power couple they'll be talking about for years on end if they never do nothing else together again.
Right.
Most definitely. But not to get stagnant though, to move on, the album after that.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
when CeeLo reemerges with The Lady Killer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now this is the one that and I remember Kurt, we were out there a day ago when that bad boy came out. We were rocking hard to that bad boy. We were like, CeeLo is different. Like the way he was crafting those songs together and the visuals was so cinematic, bro. Soul cinematic. It
Yeah.
was almost like Cee-Lo was emerging as a superhero almost.
It's
Or a super pimp, if you will.
it was that time frame. I felt like it was like basically CeeLo and Janelle Monae that
Mm.
had my time, had my
Good.
attention at that time.
Yeah, and they were both. Yeah, you're right. That was that time
Right.
period.
Shout out to them because you know what? They continued to push the image of a progressive Atlanta
Definitely.
artistically. However
Yeah.
that whatever that meant. When you see CeeLo and what he's doing, it always seemed like Atlanta was hecka progressive.
Hell yeah. From the outfits to the visuals to the
Yeah,
sounds that they would use, the risk they were always pushing the envelope.
they had pageantry. You
Yes. That's that. I like that. I like
know
that.
what I'm
That's a good
saying?
word right there. Yeah, that's a good right there. Yeah, Lady Killer, man. In my opinion, Lady Killer to date is his best album, complete album.
Yeah.
No skips on the entire. And out of 14 of
Hmm.
them tracks, half of them were singles.
Mm.
14 tracks, yeah,
Sheesh.
7 singles off that album.
So the
Fuck
budget was
you,
crazy.
fuck you. It's okay. Fool for you. Bright lights, bigger city. I want you. Cry baby. And anyway,
Sheesh.
all singles off one album.
Snap.
Mm.
Who's the last
Yeah.
person that we know off the head that did that? Like had a bunch of singles off one album.
Um,
I think
I don't know
Justin
the last
Timberlake did it.
person.
Michael Jackson definitely did it.
Usher with the caught up and all that. Everything
Yeah,
on that was a single.
yeah, yeah. But
Yep.
but to have 7 singles off one album, no, that's all.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Your album got to be thorough front to
They
back so you can pull that off.
they really believed in you. Or it was the last album of the deal, and it was like, you know what? Let's
I'm
let's
finna
make
go. I'm
sure.
finna go ham. He said, "Listen,
Huh.
today I'm finna go out."
Right.
Yeah, epic
Crazy.
album. Man. Still to this day, one of the. When I think CeeLo, I always go to this one first
Lady
before
Killer.
anything else.
Hmm.
Definitely, definitely.
What
What
came
do you remember
after?
about Lady? What do you remember about Lady Killer Key? I know I was force feeding this album on your. I was shoving
It
this in your
was
face at the time.
I thought that um Lady Killer, I thought that was to me it felt like it was Gnarls Barkley still. Like
A lot of
it
people said
felt
that.
if like I felt that. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like it wasn't where it was a thing where because the Gnarls Barkley formula worked so well,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like those songs lasted so long.
Yeah.
Like those singles, crazy and
Yep.
what's the other joint?
Mm-hmm.
Those singles lasted so long to the point where when he came out with the Lady Killer,
Yep.
it just felt like it was still part of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the whole time I thought it was still Gnarls Barkley. When
Mm-hmm.
I hear
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, Gnarls Barkley back. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 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 And I initially
Right.
thought that too until the album dropped. I was like, okay,
So yeah, that
no,
was CeeLo by
it's
itself.
all
It's
CeeLo.
crazy.
Yeah.
But what is
It's
Gnarls
crazy.
Barkley though? You gotta Nars. Well, not no disrespect, but Nars Barkley is CeeLo as an artist locked in
Mhm.
with one producer.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
In essence, it's still
still
CeeLo
It's
Green.
CeeLo.
yeah, but it's you know,
No, I feel you. I feel you're not wrong. It's just another way of looking at it. That's all.
yeah,
But I feel you
like
though.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Who's to
Yeah.
say that
And it
CeeLo
felt
still
like that
2010,
didn't?
too.
like
Even
the
if you
Lady
listen to it
Killer.
now, it could be easily misconstrued as a Gnarls Barkley song. It
Yeah,
was
we
in
gotta
that
see that.
lane.
And I'm saying that to say it actually might be depending on who's producing the records. Because if Danger Mouse is producing the record, guess what?
It's still
That's
Gnarls Barkley.
Gnarls
Let's
Barkley.
see.
It just went on the CeeLo
Let's
album.
see.
Hey,
Yo,
hey, we might be on to something.
you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Look, the hidden R&B files. Dun,
It's
dun,
them
dun.
credits, you know what I mean?
Dun, dun, dun.
Look, we're
It's
gonna
them
uncover
credits.
right here
Yeah,
live. We're
man.
uncovering the truth.
True.
and H. Allen. So let's
Yeah.
see.
You're not going to get this R&B investigative work nowhere else but Vibes and
No, you're not. You're really not.
Yeah. It's that from days past. You had to have paperwork on
already,
your
right?
favorite album.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get
Ari Levine.
a- Mm.
So,
Songwriting.
so the song "Fu." I'm gonna
Hmm.
pull this up on the screen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, say that again for all them listeners out there that want to act like they don't know who that is.
Very interesting. I didn't know she. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And others that we know, big artists we know, wrote on
Hmm.
this song "Fu."
Hmm.
I'm gonna
I
try to
think
zoom
Bruno,
that
if
in.
I
Yep.
remember correctly. Yeah.
Bruno
Bruno had a
Mars,
credit on that.
Ari Levine, Brody
Cody
Brown, Bruno
Brown. Yeah.
Mars, CeeLo Green,
Philip Lawrence.
Philip Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he was the industry at this point in time. I'll tell you, he didn't crossed
She.
over.
She. I like that.
That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
I like that. And I was finding that because I was looking for the credits
Yeah.
to do some of these songs. So, um,
Hey, look. I'm gonna need y'all to start putting some respect on Cee-Lo over ain't nothing.
yeah,
Like,
bruh.
we're not even done. Like, look, come on, man. This is epic work right here. This is it's legendary stuff going
It
on right
really is.
Yeah.
Um,
here. And been doing it
Right.
from day one. Been doing it.
yeah.
Amazing.
See, like the Lady Killer, it looks like it's different producers
Yeah.
Yeah.
throughout the project.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, the different producers is gonna produce that different sound, right?
Right.
Right. Right.
Um, but still, it's still giving that. I know I'm not the only one out there, man.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's watching this, man, I know y'all not the only one out there that felt like this was a Gnarls Barkley project.
Because like, okay, if you think of FU, right?
Mhm.
So FU is a doo-wop song.
Yeah.
Right,
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 forget do do
Yeah.
do. It's a doo-wop song,
Yeah.
right.
which is you know kind of poppy. It's like an experimental move. Where did he find? Why did he figure out the experiments worked? Gnarls Barkley.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm,
So he said,
He
let me
was
mix that
like
with what I
doing
was
stuff.
already doing.
It was like it was our opportunity to hear Cee-Lo all the way away from hip hop, all
Right.
the way away from like traditional R&B. He just
right.
doing him on top of different type of stuff.
Definitely.
And I'm like, forget you.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Wonderful wildflower.
right.
He had some soulful stuff on this album. Like
Yeah, man.
Come
it was a
on, man.
movie. If I challenge y'all to go back and listen to this album in its entirety, it's a
I'm
movie.
gonna have to go
Still,
listen to it again.
Right.
it's a movie. Yeah, man. All right, but not to be stagnant. Let's move on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Soon after this, he got Christmassy on us. Said, let me drop a Christmas album. And then he hit us with Magic Moment.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, to this day, arguably top 10 Christmas album all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arguably,
Yeah.
Yes,
start to finish.
you have to slide it in there.
You
Yeah,
got to.
you do.
I'm just saying top
Absolutely.
10 being nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Now he
I've
had
li-
hits. Now the hits he did release off this album publicly were like Mary Did You Know,
mm,
a Christmas classic, his rendition of that, and
yeah.
What Christmas Means to Me. It was also, interesting fact, his first album without a parental advisory label on it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Singing for the Lord. Good deal.
I'm just saying. Leading up to the end, there's always some cursing somewhere in there.
Yeah, forget you, right?
Oh my God.
I
Hey,
mean,
that Christmas album, I know y'all both can elaborate. Hey, I know y'all can speak on this much as we were on
oh,
this.
oh
Um,
man. Oh man, you already know.
Uh,
This was the first like Christmas. Okay, no, not the first. This
mm,
for me, this was like where it gets announced. You know how albums, especially like Christmas albums, get announced as a album, but when
mhm,
you listening to it, you just like it's the Christmas album. There's
mhm.
his albums, and then there's a
Yeah,
Christmas album.
yeah.
It felt Christmas album felt like
Mhm.
a album.
Yes, it
Right.
did.
Like we know it's
Yes.
Christmas theme, but for
Mhm.
some reason,
Yeah.
like when I was listening to this, it's almost like Boyz II Men's Christmas album.
It's bigger
Like
than
where
the
I'm like,
season.
these are
Yeah.
just good songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you know, he did some covers on here, but he revamped them.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Like his rendition.
Mary,
Mary,
did
did
you?
you
Oh my
know
god.
your
It
baby
I
boy?
listen to that on repeat.
Oh,
Like
oh. Yep. Yep.
he was singing the
Yep.
mess out of that.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
You know? Yep.
Yep.
But that's crazy, man.
That's
It's
crazy, man.
crazy.
Yep.
You know, I think yeah, when I listen to it, I I feel that way about it. I feel that you got to talk about the Christmas album like you talked about the rest of his catalog.
Def.
It's
Same thing with Boyz II Men.
Yes, you do.
it is not it's not sad to say, or it's not being disrespectful to say that his Christmas album is one of his best albums.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of
Yeah.
artists can say that. They think, and
The
he
work
got,
he put in his Christmas album, man, they like
yeah,
you could tell there was just so much put into that. It's
Yep.
yeah. He
crazy.
didn't just get a bunch of covers and say, "I'm gonna just throw a Christmas album together." Nah, he was in the studio working,
Definitely.
like, "Yo, we gonna do something special."
Yep.
Right.
Honorable mention, River is still my favorite off that Christmas album.
Mm,
Still my favorite song off that
It's
Christmas
so
album.
many cold ones though.
Something
Like
about that. But this whole thing is just full of nothing but cold renditions and revamps of classics and a couple of originals,
yeah,
yep.
but for the most part, just like he will make you feel Christmas in a way. Like if you're not feeling Christmas at all, put this album on.
you gonna feel it.
You're gonna feel it. Definitely,
Yeah, bro.
for sure.
And that came out like just a few years after the Lady Killer, right? So
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like that run was very magical. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Um,
No doubt.
what's that joint on there? Um, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Oh yeah, the Grinch. Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. The way he did it,
Interesting. The
he
way
made he
he
made
did
me
it
love it
was
again.
the way he did it was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
I'm
Yes, it
like,
was.
man, crazy. See, like, yeah, see, now you got me thinking about that album. Like,
Yeah. So you make you want to. It make you want to go back and listen to it
yeah,
almost right
because in
now.
your head, because like right now in my head, I'm just thinking about the songs, and I'm like
Mm-hmm.
remembering which ones was those,
Mm-hmm.
just different things about the songs. You know what I mean?
I
That
know.
stand out. That I'm trying
I know.
to think of
I
the
know.
titles in my head.
And I love the fact that he had Rod Stewart on there, a music icon. Doggone doing Merry Christmas, baby. Like they're back and forth on there. Like it's definitely one for the times, man.
See
Definitely one
him,
for the times.
the way he picks producers is crazy.
Yeah. And artists
Um,
to collab with too, man. Like you could tell, like he's very eclectic growing up.
yeah,
He
it
didn't
gives
just,
him.
even though soul and R&B and gospel is his core, like you could tell he was all over the place with that ear.
Yeah, it gives him so many different sounds.
It does,
You know what I mean? Like,
or different
um,
weapons, if you will.
yeah, like
Yeah,
he's swinging. He 70s mode. He in 80s mode. He in funk mode. He in like he didn't dance around of a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Flatfoot, just straight singing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cee-Lo, man, Cee-Lo is
It's an alien.
one of those, man.
He's an alien.
One of those.
No doubt.
So,
Alien.
you
Hell
know,
yeah. All
like
right.
hip hop respect him. You know what I mean? Musicians respect him.
Hell
Artists
yeah.
definitely respect him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hey, and the
it's
R&B
crazy.
community loves you, Cee-Lo. Shout out Cee-Lo Green, man. Definitely one of the
Definitely
definitely
one
one of
of
our
us.
heroes. Definitely one of our
Definitely
heroes.
one of. Yep.
Definitely. All right, not to get too stagnant. Moving
Mm-hmm.
on. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. This album flew under the radar on as far as I go. I can't speak for everybody, but I can honestly say this is one that definitely got by me. Heart Blanche, if I'm saying that
Okay.
correctly. It was,
So,
but after going and doing my research and really sitting down listening to it, it was a good follow up from Lady Killer. It
mm-hmm.
was just, it was not, it was revered as being a little more gospel
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, and it was almost being promoted like this was supposed to be his attempt at a gospel album,
Okay.
so to speak. But
Mm-hmm.
and there were no singles that were ever released off this album too. But
Hmm.
in my opinion, once the smoke clears or whatever, if the smoke clears, they had got more push or whatever. This album would have been like more so his more all the way R&B album, if you ask me.
Mm.
Like when you get to getting into this album, more towards the end, not in the beginning, but more towards the end, he's more so transitioning out of that Gnarls Barkley
Mm-hmm.
era, and he's more so like traditional R&B songs, from the subject matter to the sound. Like it's
Mm.
just, you know what I'm saying?
You're
Like
right.
coming out,
Right.
it's like Lady Killer was the party, and this was like after the smoke clears. This
Mm.
album after the smoke clears from Lady Killer. This is what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a good transition, and I don't know why I
Huh.
didn't get the push it deserved.
That's
I don't
interesting.
know
Yeah.
why.
Like.
And a lot of people that CeeLo fans I've personally talked to, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you they didn't even know this album existed until I said something. I think the label dropped the
I
ball
like.
on it.
Now looking at it, I remember seeing the cover.
Yeah,
Um. This cover is trippy.
yeah, yeah,
um. But like, this is a full album, 15
yeah.
songs.
Hmm.
Like. Um.
And with some
But
tracks
it.
on
But
here
but it
too.
did. But it did get no push.
Uh, uh. And he
Um.
had some fight though. He had some.
I seen an
Hey,
article where they was talking about the song Robin Williams. Right.
yep, that's one of them.
Um.
That's one of them for sure. Sign the Times was another good one.
Right.
CeeLo Green sings the blues. He went in. I think
Full
he was bearing
fledged.
his soul
You know
on
what?
that.
But I think if my memory serves me well,
Hmm.
because his timeline is interesting. Because it's when he went on that run, he went on that run, right? Um, but I remember him performing. Um, I feel like it was I want to say Soul Train Awards, but it might have been BET Awards.
That
But I
that leads
know
me. That's gonna lead me to the next album.
BET
But
was
go ahead.
doing the Soul Train Awards too. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And that's
but
gonna lead me to the next album. But go ahead.
so like I remember him performing, but he was performing singing a song that I wasn't really familiar with. And I think it was something off this album.
Well, Key, let me
You see what
tell
I'm
you why
saying?
you. Yeah. Well, let me tell you why you're not wrong.
Okay.
Because
See,
right after this
my
album,
memory is like
no,
it's sketchy, but it's
I know,
on.
I know. I'm finna tell you ain't wrong, and this is why. Because right after this, he did
Hmm.
an acoustic version of this album
Okay.
where he performed everything off the last album live, and that's what you saw.
Thank you. Because
That's
I
what you
said
saw.
CeeLo Green is up here singing flat footed, but I'm like, what is he singing?
Yep,
You know what I
that
mean?
was
Because
all. It
in
was
my
all songs
mind,
off
I
this album
have
that didn't get no push. It was his
right.
attempt to actually push it, repackage it, and push it for real.
And I remember the crowd standing up like, oh dang, like when he was singing, like they
Yeah,
was surprised.
yeah.
But it was like, no, he been this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Crazy.
CeeLo's like that lion you put in the jungle, it can survive no matter what condition. That's CeeLo.
Don't let him cook, man. He that
How
man be
you want
cooking, man.
you want this voice, you want these rhymes, how you want it? It's all gonna be at a high
Crazy,
level, how you want it.
crazy.
Pick your poison.
And then like um, CeeLo MC, man.
I
Like
know.
he an MC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just as much as we talk about, because we're talking about him as an artist. So
Yeah.
um, there's no layers that can be left out when you talk about him. Like you have to
Most
talk about him being an MC as well. Um, you know, definitely respected in that field for being an MC too.
definitely. Yeah.
We know him for the melodics for sure, but
hmm
yeah, on that mic, he no joke in both ways.
Yep. Definitely. And
Yeah.
to bring it all full circle.
Mm.
Sorry. And this is why before Kurt got off here, this is why I said he actually switched. He actually lived 4 careers.
Okay.
And his last, and it brings us to this last one. This is why I say that. His last one, he reverses. The album's called Cee-Lo Green as Thomas Calloway.
Mm.
Now, the interesting thing about this project is he intentionally recorded this album in Nashville at
Okay.
an historical, very legendary studio. The name
Mm-hmm.
escapes me right now off the top of my head, but it's very legendary. So he went there purposely to embody a particular sound or a particular sound,
Mm-hmm.
dating back to like this whole album pretty much embodies like everything from like the 60s. Like, and I
Okay.
don't mean like 60s Motown or Stax or whatever. I'm talking like Nashville. Like he's singing Elvis Presley songs on here. He's singing like he's in that bag, in that lane on this album. And
Crazy.
still sounds soulful as hell. Like these are like he's not riffing as much as it's a whole lot of sustain, whole lot of like just crooning, just classic
Mm.
crooning on here.
Hmm.
Like the whole album, start to finish, it's a vibe. It's different. It's not like anything else he's ever done up till now,
Hmm.
or whatever. But it's something he's always been capable of doing. Yeah, people not
Hmm.
careful, man. He gonna be Whitney Houston and Luther Vandross and people's songs.
What is it? And what was it about 2020, man? Because 2020, there was a lot of albums that dropped in 2020.
Yeah, it was almost
Like the
like
more and more we, yeah, the more and
people
more
were
we,
forced to go ahead and release what they were sitting on because they didn't know when
yes,
they were going to be able to get outside again.
yes.
So people just repackaging whatever it
And
is
this
they
is this
had
is
and just
one
put
of
it
them.
out.
Like this is
hmm
during 2020. So
Definitely.
this is during that time.
And if you ask me, this
Um,
might have been an accumulation of songs he already had in the tuck, like remakes he had already done long time ago or whatever. He said, this
right,
sounds like a embodiment of this. Let me market it like this. Just
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
And he did them all justice too.
Huh.
He did them all justice. Like songs I would never even thought to listen to. He had me listening to.
Hmm.
Like CeeLo, yeah. As
His,
Thomas
his
Cal.
brain, his brain moved like that though.
Yeah, yeah. And
Where
he
when
definitely
you
championed
listen to
old
him,
school.
you don't think of the cover. You don't think
No,
of
you
it
don't.
as being a cover.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell throughout the span of his career, he definitely champions like the art of like the old school, the classics, the
Hmm.
like everything that came before. Like he definitely holds that up high
Right. It's
before
crazy
anything.
because he was doing the opposite of the trend at the time, and it was
Yep.
just working like crazy for him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Definitely.
trendsetter, man. Like
Hell yeah.
he
So
didn't he
CeeLo
didn't follow
Green,
no trends.
he didn't. He was the trend.
Right.
Every time he dropped, he was the trend. For real, for real.
Somewhere
And
in
for
there
that,
they didn't mention, but like Goody Mob had got back together too
hmm
um, during this run,
yes, they did.
which was interesting to see too.
Definitely, definitely.
Because he left
Yeah.
the group 1999 in that 2000 range right there, but to do the
Yeah.
solo stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hey. And all in all, man, solo wise, CeeLo Green, we appreciate you, bro, for your
Hats
contribution to
off,
R&B
man.
music and music in general, man. Like these are, there's not one of these albums I could deem as not being a classic or that's not gonna age well. Even the one that went under the radar, like people gonna be listening to this stuff for years to come. This is all timeless stuff, and it's all he's ever done is release timeless music. Yeah,
Hats off, man.
Yeah, I think
Um,
he should be held in higher regard than what he does, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. This episode should make you want to go and even get more curious about CeeLo Green. If you haven't dived into his material other than the singles that
Sweet
the
chicken.
world knows about, but this would
Sweet
make you want
chicken.
to dig more into. Start with Goody Mob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge
Yeah.
people to start with
Yeah.
Goody
Get
Mob
into that
first
mind frame. Get into that MC
because
mind frame first.
because he was emceeing, but you heard the musicianship then,
Mm-hmm.
even when he was in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff he doing now, he was doing in Goody Mob.
Yes, he
You know what
was.
I'm saying?
Come
But
and get your soul food. Oh,
right.
good old fashioned soul food. Yeah, yeah. Everything is for free. As long as you... Hey, man. CeeLo, we love you, man.
Yeah,
We love you, brother.
yeah, man.
Hell
Super
yeah.
dope.
Shout out
Super
CeeLo
dope, man.
Green.
Shout out, man. Big ups, man. Big
Most definitely.
ups.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. Um, we got some late entries in that Spotify playlist.
Yes, we do.
Um,
Oh,
that
yes,
we
we do.
definitely have to mention.
Oh,
Before we jump off of here, because
speak on that.
you know, there are Spotify playlists, man. The Visor Combo Spotify playlist is very interesting because there's a lot of talent on there that's from all over the world. Some names you know, some names you don't know.
Mm-mm.
But even the names that you don't know, these folks got followings and these folks got people that believe in what they doing for real. When you
And they
listen
got
to them, you'll see what's up.
fire.
Come on,
They got
all
fire.
R&B, man, all R&B,
Yeah.
all R&B.
We doing the work for y'all, man. Just trying to tell you. We doing the work for you.
What we got on there? What we recently got on there?
Man, we recently list updates to Vibes Combo playlist sincerely by Shay Universe. Right? If y'all
You,
not on the Shay, y'all better y'all better get real familiar
uh,
real quick. Cause she about to make a run.
you gonna hear that name.
You're gonna hear it a lot
You're gonna hear that name.
in the next few months.
Yes,
Oh,
you're gonna
this
hear that
girl
name.
do. Hey, you got Marsha Ambrosius and you got Shay Universe.
Trying
Like
to tell
that.
y'all,
They like that right now, in my opinion.
no joke, no joke.
And then also, I got to do my just dude talking about this one. Doggo, friends to the show. Doggo, somebody we've been a group we've championed like from day one of their career and still to this day we hold in high regard. We always bringing them up. We'll never let them die. Day 26 is back, y'all. And they on Vibes and Convo right now with a new single with a song called Relatable.
Oh my god.
These guys are back and they ODing R&B
Oh
right now.
my god.
They are ODing R&B.
Oh
It's like
my
they never
god.
left. I'm loving everything I'm hearing. All you groups out there, past, present, and future, y'all just got put on notice by day 26, bro. Y'all gonna
That
have to
new
do that.
album is that new
That
album
new
is.
album is bananas. Y'all gonna have to do something and then some to keep
I'm
up.
gonna throw
They
something at them. I'm gonna throw something at them.
hit a brick with throw 'em with
Yeah,
throw a
yeah,
brick
yeah.
at them or something.
People thinking you just getting a slide. You just getting a slide and get away with this.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
I'm gonna throw something at one of y'all and catch
Yeah, a
one of
lot of
y'all
people talk.
and throw something
Hey,
at you because y'all can't be singing like that.
for real. I know a lot of people might have been doubting day 26 and probably a lot of other groups that have passed like Bad Boy affiliated or whatever, but hey, this No Diddy album sound pretty powerful if you ask me.
They look, bro. Like they release projects throughout the years, like
Yeah,
way after the Diddy thing. They
that's what I'm
move.
saying. It just makes
They
you think like,
way. It's
and it brings to
crazy.
attention like they like some talents like they bigger than just the name that put them out there. Like that
Right.
talent
And
is
then for
tried
them to
true.
be a group that like got put
Was put
together and
together.
we watched them get put together.
That
And for them
part.
still to be around doing it, that's
That
something to
part.
say right there.
Yes, it is.
That don't happen.
No, don't.
Like a group that got put together on a TV network as big as MTV,
That part. Because
and
the
then they
band ain't
still
been
together
together since.
now.
Yeah, because the band ain't been together since.
Right,
Remember the first group, the first ones he did with the
right.
band?
The band, um, Danity Kane,
Yep. That
but Day
nope.
26.
They still pushing the
Go
line.
look up the discography.
Yeah.
They got bodies of work.
Uh-huh.
They got bodies of work as a group and solo.
Yes, they do.
So,
And none of it's trash.
man,
None
big
of
ups
it.
to them. Big
Big
ups
ups
to
to Day
them, man.
26.
For real. For real, for real, for real.
And shout out to Visor Convo playlist once again for keeping it new and fresh on the R&B front. Staying 10
Man,
toes down this R&B thing. You feel me?
beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful,
sir.
beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Heads up, you're about to get a lot of content. If you are following us on YouTube, you are about to get a lot of content from us.
Bangers on bangers on bangers.
Yeah, just stay tuned, look up, because when you start seeing stuff pop up, you gonna know like, dang, they 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 didn't went from just Saturdays to giving us a little bit throughout the week, building you
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
So y'all just stay tuned, man. And if you haven't subscribed,
What are you doing?
you need
Stop
to
playing.
subscribe, man.
It's easy.
We don't we hey we the show that's gonna talk that R&B nerd talk. We gonna
Exactly.
talk it every time.
Every time. It don't
Interviews,
cost you
album
nothing.
reviews, topics. We gonna talk to R&B nerd talk all the time. So
Mhm.
you
And it
might
don't
want to
cost you
subscribe
nothing.
here. Don't cost you nothing.
Don't cost you a dime.
Don't cost you nothing.
Just
But
take
with
this
that being
finger right here.
said,
Is it boop? Mhm.
you got any last shout outs, Timbo?
Hey, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that's going to watch this on the playback. Shout out
Mm,
all the supporters, past, present, future.
mm.
Shout out everything that goes into what we do doing this show, man. All the trials, tribulations that we got to fight through to keep this thing going, man. Shout out to that too. I'm appreciative of it all, appreciative of the journey. Uh,
Right.
Hey, shout out Labor Day weekend. Everybody that's traveling this weekend or whatever, be safe. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, just be safe. Make it back to your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Safety first, no matter what you're doing. I don't want
Mm.
to spend a special shout out here in Cleveland to Shaw High School, the Shaw alumni. It's Shaw reunion weekend. Everybody knows on the east side in Cleveland, Ohio, when it's Shaw reunion weekend, the whole east side shut down for real. So it's a lot of people out and about draped in red. They're not gang members. They just a part of Shy alumni. They colors red and black. Let them boys make it for the weekend. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
On top of that, man, shout out all the regular establishments. Jeremiah's, what's up? Doggone everybody at Skeets. Doggone about last night. Doggone hopefully V Lounge will be back up here soon, going through renovation still. But as soon as they back up and run, I know the people's gonna be back in there. Doggone shout out good vibes. Roll call, Juan. I see you. Hey man, we out here, man. We out here.
Craziness.
Yes, sir.
Craziness. Um, yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. You know what I mean? Shout out to those on the playback, team
Yes,
playback.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new subscribers as well. You know what I mean? We're fresh off of doing a Chauncey Robinson interview and things like that. If you haven't peeped that,
Go
please go do
watch.
that. Please.
Gems.
Super detailed. Um,
Gems.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man.
Hell
Shout out
yeah.
to everybody.
Also, before I
Hmm.
forget, shout out to everybody that's been rocking that Vibes and Convo playlist for real, man. Like we wouldn't even be doing what we're doing right now if it wasn't for this playlist, man. And we keep on y'all heads with it. So we appreciate the support, man. Keep that thing going, keep sharing it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you love and champion R&B or you like this nerd talk that we be doing or whatever, this is the reason. This playlist,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead and save that playlist, man.
Yeah.
Save that playlist because
Yeah.
it's always music being added to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, do that. Do that.
Most definitely.
You know, you know where to catch us. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Catch us here on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying?
faithfully,
12 p.m. Pacific.
3 p.m. Eastern.
Come on, come on. That's still daytime on both sides.
Yes, sir. Sun is
Daytime
shining.
on both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We all R&B over here.
yeah, man. With that said, man, we about this thing.